What's up? We have a Mr. McRae in here. We got Jason. Good lord. No fancy intro today, I don't think, and I'm actually going to keep the overlay off for now, just so I can see what's going on. But, yeah. No real big intro right now. We doing Monster Hunter. They, added a thing. Not much, had a rough day at work today and getting ready to sleep. Hell yeah, bro. You got diarrhea on it? Oh, hell no. I mean, presumably if you got diarrhea on, it wouldn't be yours, yeah. I hope that you were able to wash it off at least. Jeepers creepers, my guy. That's terrible. Let's see, sure. This meal. Also, I have drip. Customer's dog all diarrheaed all over their living room, and then yourself. Oof. Ooh. Oh, hell no. That's just bad, man. That ain't good. Right as you finished work. Oh, hell no. That's awful, my guy. Let's see. It was 45 minutes to drive back. No. That's terrible. So anyway, your leg is literally covered in it. Yeah. That's freaking awful. Alright. Let's see. Should do a max potion just to optimize my health. We're gonna do a ration. And another ration just to make sure. And I now must equip my fists. Because apparently now I'm going to punch the ever-loving Primanetles out of all these monsters. And it'll be fun. Contractor for post-renovation plus graffiti removal, snow plowing, and more. Oh yeah. Oof. Oh god. Still getting used to the general moveset of Akuma, but I think this is really fun. And I really want to be able to use the Dark HADO. Gotcha, might be able to keep an extra pair of sweats. Oh yeah. Well dang dude, I'm sorry you got diarrhea on today. That's freaking awful. Jeepers. Alright. Note to self. My bad habit of dodging through the enemy needs to not happen while I'm using Monster Hunter logic. Any open wounds yet? No. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Alright. Anyway, you gotta sleep. I will do. Thanks for stopping by, saying hello. Hope you don't get diarrhea on tomorrow. That would be horrible, my guy. You tell them dogs to keep they poop off you. You tell them that you ain't got nothing to do with gray poop on or dog poop on. There's not supposed to be poop on everything. Dark HADO. The Dark HADO. Uh-oh, son. I see a wound that I could exploit right now. Ow. There we go. I really want to actually unironically use this. Because I think it'd be cool to have like my layered armor, but also just use the Kung Fu. This is such a cool moveset. And I think I could and I think if it lets me use my my weapon stats, it would be even crazier. Because yeah, I don't know if the Dark HADO scales with my weapon stats, but being able to stun while doing this is ridiculous. I also think it would just be cool to have. Okay. Let my fists speak to your face. Dang, this is a fun moveset. Oh, darn it, did I... Yeah. So anyway, Mr. McRae, how you doing? How you doing, Kite, my boy? While I grind out the Dark HADO, because I need at least, I think I need at least... whatchamacallit. I need... Doing alright, hard to hold to get... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Let me, adjust real quick. Monster Hunter is indeed a loud game. Alright. Slightly better, or worse in some ways. Let's see. Dang it. Dang it, ARJAKAN. ARJAKAN. Get wrecked, son. My god, I love this moveset. It's so corny. Right. Alright, there we go. Die 1,000 deaths. I was able to go to the doctors yesterday, getting meds through insurance instead of out of pocket, and you just completed ADHD. Better sound balance, good. Waiting to hear on the results. Oh yeah, bro. That good health is happening right now. Good health choices. Oh yeah, babe. Wait, no. What am I doing? Use fist. I don't want to use insect glaive, I want to use fist. That's why I have them out. Big slappers, what are you doing? First aid med plus... Hey, stop that. You don't know if you told me you messed for MSW internship. Nice! Congrats, bro. That's what we like to hear, man. That's some good stuff, my bro. Die 1,000 deaths. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I'll be grinding this out here on stream because I love this moveset. And I'm imagining doing it in my robot body and it just looks phenomenal. I'll also have better defense, too. But no, dude, I'm really excited. Me, I'm gonna have to explain something, because normally I stream on Tuesdays. So everybody might be thinking, what the heck are you doing, bud? There was no stream on Tuesday. Yes! Tempered ARJAKAN. You did. Excuse me. Well, that is because your boy had to go to the hospital, because I thought I was dying of heart attack. But yeah. I try to normally stream on Tuesdays, but I unfortunately was not able to do that because, no, heart attack. Because I had, like, a tight chest and my arm was, like, numb, so I freaked out and went to the ER to try and get checked out. But what ended up happening, actually, was I actually just have really, really high blood pressure. So thankfully, there is no heart attack. There is no, thankfully, no. There's no heart attack, and there's no, stroke or nothing. Which is a relief for me. It's just that I have really, really high blood pressure. And that really, really high blood pressure put me out for a day. So yeah. I thought I was gonna get decommissioned, but it turns out it's nothing. Anyway, hold on a sec. Okay, sorry about that. My housemate was saying something in the background. And I don't want to, dox them. Panic attacks as though they're feeling like they're having a heart attack. I've never actually had a full-on panic attack before. It's new to me. I hope that's not the case, but like, it just full-on felt like a heart attack. It was crazy. But yeah, no, it turns out I just had really, really high blood pressure. And the really, really high blood pressure comes from a lot of stress, a lot of, mostly poor diet, which I've been trying to turn around lately, actually, for different reasons. But, you know. It is what it is. Oh god. Wait, why is my health cut down like that again? That's so dumb. Hold up. We need to ration up. And, why is it that my health is cut like that? I don't like it. Let's see. Move in. Getting used to the moveset. It's alright. And I'm gonna have plenty of training against this ARJAKAN. Let's see. You felt plenty weak, disoriented, dizzy, nauseous, felt like you were gonna pass out. Yeah, that's actually kind of how it felt for me. Huh. Well, dang, if I did have a panic attack, that sucks. Because, up until this point, I haven't really actually had one quite like I've had one. And if I did, then I guess I never recognized it. That's new. Yeah. Oh. I think it could be, like, stress from... Well, actually, I already know what it is. It's stress from work and fact that I'm, like, weird. Therapy is also very effective. Okay, maybe that's a thing I bring up with my therapist, because, yeah, that's true. The weird thing is, though, is that if this is the case, this would be my first ever, like, panic attack. And that's interesting. Because I'm usually really high-strung and I'm usually really, like, stressed out. So I'm wondering, like, why now, I guess. I'm not very good at mental health. So I guess I'm just wondering, like, why now? After that first one, a lot of the other ones are more mild. I'm hoping that mine stay mild, if that's the case. But, yeah. When I went to the hospital, my blood pressure was really, really high. Have you been more tired lately? Oh, I have straight-up insomnia, my guy. I've had it for 10 years. There are stretches of days where I either just do not sleep or yeah. And I'm also working through some very heavy I don't want to bring the mood down. I shouldn't talk about that, but to keep it like so that I'm not doing a oh poor me thing. I'm working through some very heavy, like, mental stuff in therapy that have been long unaddressed. And it's stuff that I didn't think I'd ever need to work on, really, but we're working on it now. And it's, yeah, it's been quite a journey, I can tell you that. Because, I'm not good at emotions. So, like, between like yapping myself here and wearing my heart on my sleeve now more, I'm not really that good at emotions. I'm used to just bottling them up or drinking them away. Both of which I've been told is very unhealthy, so I quit alcohol and I've taken to shouting my problems at my shrink every other month. Yeah, so that's a thing that I do. I also kind of confess that, like, me trying to talk about emotions is awkward, because I'm just used to bottling them up. Or, like I said, drinking them away. But the drinking hasn't happened in a little over a year or two. Because I tried quitting drinking, like, twice. The first time was the really, really bad time. Second time was a little bit easier. Because all it was just like a relapse. Man, I'm sorry for talking about this. I don't mean to bring you down. But, yeah. I guess the lesson here is that I'm only just now learning that stress can really mess with your, like, physical body, too. Like, it's not just in your head. And, stress has done a number on me. Which I'm both embarrassed by, because I'm used to not being weak. And I have to kind of, like, reframe myself a little bit. I guess is a good way of putting it, but I'm not used to being vulnerable. And if I am vulnerable, I'm not used to showing it. You know what I mean? It's not something that I'm accustomed to very much. Well, I don't have the greatsword out. I don't need that. I only need fist. I'm dumb. But yeah. So... Oh man, I got really sidetracked. Because I was yapping a bit too much. But... So yeah, I went to, Dude Emotions have a somatic component, and workout it's like discovering that you have a new set of muscles. That's a good way of framing it, actually. Okay. I can understand that. And you have to learn how to work out safely. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. And that's, I guess, the work I've been doing in therapy. Because, I learned a lot about some things in my brain and in my past that I probably shouldn't have tolerated, should have approached differently, that kind of thing. I'm trying to, like, de-stress. But yeah. The other component of it that I learned was that it was mostly my, it was mostly my blood pressure yesterday that got me. But my blood pressure was, like, I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be 190 over, it's not supposed to be 190 over 90. So, I ended up just going to the I went to the ER. Got checked up. Couldn't find anything on the scans, but they did say that my blood pressure was consistently really, really high. And I need to link up with my primary care doctor to what you call it? Aw, thanks, dude. I don't really know what I did, but I appreciate it. I'm really far away now. Good lord. But yeah. I have to like link up with the primary care doctor and get some stuff for my blood pressure. But I might talk to the shrink a little bit more about the amount of stress that I'm under at any given time. Let's see. Bettering yourself and being vulnerable, that's courageous as hell. Aww. Yeah, I'm not really accustomed to vulnerability. What's weird is that becoming a... This is gonna sound weird, but becoming a VTuber has kind of let me do that in kind of a... I don't know, in a way that doesn't make me feel weird about it. Sometimes I feel like I overshare, but I guess that, like, comes with the territory. I don't know. I ain't gonna pretend like I'm smart. Let's see. Got the Go Hadouken. Go Hadouken. Go Hadouken. Go Hadouken. Uh-oh. Go Hadouken. Alright. I should do some real punching instead of just cheesing him. Have I seen you talk about mental health? You're a big advocate that sharing our personal stories makes the path easier for the next person. I have not. Actually, no, that's not true. I've seen you on, like, a couple of streams sometimes talk a little bit about it, but, like, dedicated, like, full-on discussion, I have not seen, I don't think. Boom! Oh my god, I didn't... That was cool. Okay, I'm really liking this moveset more the more I use it. Like, the more it becomes evident to me. Oh, good lord. I see a wound on him. I thought I saw a wound on him. That didn't work out. Good lord. He's angry. Alright. Down the Mega Potion. It's fine. But yeah. I think I might have heard you talk a little bit about mental health on the stream when I popped in, but I don't think I've actually, like, seen full-on discussion, but I personally am very, very bad at talking about this kind of thing. Yeah, we could chat sometime, or if you want to talk about general mental health, then game it out. Alright. Maybe? Because, I'm still kind of awkward about talking about this sort of thing. Not used to it. Let's see. Oh my god. He's using his shoulder tackle to try and beat me up. Well, I'm gonna beat him up first. At some point I'll probably... We could chat about that. Just be aware that I'm not good at it. Because I don't know how to, like, articulate my thoughts like that. Like, when I'm talking about other things, like with games or with books or movies or anything that I really enjoy, I'm able to sort of talk easier. Especially if I talk about things on like a more technical level. like when I talk about certain parts of Souls-likes or like my favorite characters in media or what have you, I'm like, yeah, no, I know all this stuff on a technical level. But when it comes to actually discussing what's up in my head on like a more emotional level, I have a harder time doing that. Because I end up getting kind of awkward about it, and then I don't want to bring people down, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do the whole, I don't want to make it feel like the only reason why. I don't know. Like I said, I get awkward about it. That was a prime example of it right there. Because I don't really know how to phrase what I'm thinking when it comes to the more sensitive side of my robot mind. Wow. God. Get into ARJAKAN punching position. There we go. That is how we do. Alright. Let him charge. Oh god. I hit the wrong button. Didn't come across as awkward, so it seems like I'm only I'm feeling awkward about sharing thoughts that are messy. Right? I'm having a good time. I'm having a really good time using the SATSUI no HADO. This is so fun. Because normally I do like gun lancing stuff. I might have to change this up a bit once I grind out the materials. Alright, here we go. Alright, I drank the potion. Now it's time to punch. Because yeah, I think it would be really fun to do like other hunts just using this. This feels so goofy and I love it. And if I could do this with like different fashion on, I think this would be really, really sick. You're gonna get beat. Thoughts are naturally messy. I'll have to keep that in mind. I learn a lot of stuff. Let's see. Well, he's got a head wound now, so... Well, he no longer has a head wound that I can exploit, but that's okay. No, put the sword away. I need to be punching. I need to be punching. You can't just be not punching. This is true mastery. One punches their monsters in the gob. I don't know if that was profound or not, but I had to give it that. You know what's funny is that the quest leading up to this, you have to show Akuma your conviction. How do you do that? By punching this ARJAKAN. No, I can't stop punching the ARJAKAN because it's fun. Alright, there we go. You're gonna need to chill out, ARJAKAN. You're gonna have to chill. You're gonna have to take these hitting fists. That's what I'm talking about. I really wanna, like... I know I need 25 of these, so... Akuma, win! I'm sorry if today's stream's a little bit on the repetitive side, but... I'm having a great time. How many of these do I have, actually? I can't remember. I need to check real quick. A code. We need to talk to Legend. And I need to check how many of these I've got. Okay, I've got 5. And I know I need at least 25. Alright, do I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I do. Okay. I need 25 of these, which means I need to hit that thing 20 more times. More or less. Post and join the arena quest. I've already done those. I wonder if I can do better. I don't know. But we'll find out. If there's one thing that I wish that Monster Hunter would ease up on, it's the absolute over-the-top grind that's required to get everything that you want. I'm both happy and a little bit tired that this is the case for the Akuma skin. Oh yes, you need to grind this same monster 25 times to get it. Alright, let's see. Equip the Go Hadouken. Yeah. That's alright, though. This very specific rare creature. Hunt it to extinction, please. Nah, In Monster Hunter, I know what I got myself into when I need to hunt a monster to extinction, but I wish they'd ease up on it. Be like, yeah, you need 15 of this instead of 25. Because I'm fairly certain, and also it's not even anything that's relevant to the, well, it is, because I need those certificates is what I need. I need the Street Fighter certificates in order to craft me my Akuma skin. But you know, this is dope, and I would like to have it. I also know that I'll be here grinding for quite a while. We'll see. Get hit. Good lord. That's what happens when you play catch without arms. You get hit in the face. Okay, if he's gonna do that, then I'm just gonna spam the Hadokens until he falls over. There we go. Making progress. He's gonna use his shoulder check attack. I can get in some hits. Yeah. Tail whip. Once again, my Soulsborne instincts has betrayed me. Alright, here we go. That is so satisfying to pull off. Use the Hadouken. Okay, I deserved that one. Uh-oh. Get rid of the blast status. And now, first aid mode. Is he angry? He is indeed. Okay. We cooking now, we cooking. Now we need to punch the ever-living bollock off of him. My hubris! Oh my god. I have an open wound with that one. If it doesn't, the Satsui no HADO will make them. Is this entertaining for anybody watching me grind? You know what's funny, actually, is Ruben was gonna play some Gundam Breaker. Not Gundam Breaker, but I was gonna play some Gundam Battle Operation. But apparently, it was... Apparently there's new server data that needs to be updated, so I could not access the game, which kind of makes me sad, but... Alright. Where's the road? I see it. Leg! Get him! I also love how you can only really do this to the monster when it has separate enough wounds. And after you've charged it up a lot. I guess that kind of balances it out. Is that you can't just spam the Raging Demon. You have to actually get good and build that meter up. Time to drink medicine. I also realized that that was not the proper medicine. Time to go back to Raging Demon. An opportunity and hit him. To hit him. Dang it. You know what? I'm gonna cheese it a little bit. Since I know ARJAKAN is a bit more aggressive. That's right, boy. Now take your medicine. Get punched to death. It's down. Heavy blunt. Throw my heavy blunt at him and then knock him out. Oh, ARJAKAN. Someone looks at me. This ARJAKAN doesn't like getting hit in the face, apparently. Which is fine, you know? That is a very rational thing to not want to have happen. Unfortunately, he will know the sting of my Go Hadouken while he's throwing a temper tantrum over there. Alright. Oh boy. I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir. It seems as though you were experiencing a vast quantity of anger. But that's okay. Shun Goku Satsui will cure that. Feel the mastery of my fist. Yes, indeed. It is called fisting. Alright. Wins! I like that outro too, it's cool. I also kind of wish that there was a chance that it would give you more than just one. Wait, to get an A rank, I need to do this in under 4 minutes somehow? Okay. Jesus. You have to play, like, super perfectly to get that, I think. Why, yes. When you implement your fist. It's called fisting. You must fist the monster incredibly... with great skill. Is this a bit of a hot take, as the kids would say? That you must, that in order to defeat the monster, you must fist. You must fist good. Oh god. I should cook a meal. God dang it. Oh, that's funny. Alright. My guy has some food. My old man has some food in him. Wait. I'm gonna allow this. You imagine that fisting the monster would get a reaction for certain. Well, I can tell you from an academic point of view that should you fist the ARJAKAN, as it were, when you fist the ARJAKAN, it seems that he gets very hot and bothered. And yet, you must fist. Or, in this case, since you're watching me do this, I must fist. Either way, fisting is happening. Oh, you're gonna have to excuse me, I'm just stupid. Such a dumb joke. Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna get banned for talking about fisting on the stream. Okay, let's go. Arjacking to was jacking. 110%. Because as you are now witnessing, the ARJAKAN gets so hot and bothered by the fisting that he inevitably will just explode. Or pound like this. See how he explodes after getting hot and bothered at the imminent fisting. Yes. And you must fist with great skill. He's throwing his butt at me, I know. Sometimes he puts his whole head into it too, as we see here. And I didn't even have... Never mind, I'm dumb. I'm not gonna say that. That's bad. But what I will say, we see here, he explodes in a line for you. If you fist well enough. Head down, ass up. Yep. He's the kind of guy that after fisting won't even give you the common courtesy of not exploding all over your face. So that means you gotta go around. Alright. You see that? Sometimes you just gotta give that tail a good old smack. Otherwise, you run the risk of being exploded on. Oh yeah. This is the stream that people want to see. Fisting jokes. These groans and moans are so loud, I know. It's a sign of skillful fisting. At least so I've been told. They get loud. That's how you know you fist good. And right now we're gonna fist good. Although, perplexingly in this case, you have to try and fist for a shorter time in order to get a good score for this particular mission. Normally you want to be able to fist longer. But for this one, you have to, in order for it to be considered peak performance, you have to fist under 4 minutes. Or you have to complete your fisting in under 4 minutes. You know what's terrible is that this has actually reminded me of a joke that's happened in, and I don't know if you've ever watched the show Death Battle, but there's an episode when he's talking about Ryu. I think it was like Ryu versus Scorpion. You have to finish within 4 minutes, yep, in order for this to be considered peak performance. You have to finish in under 4 minutes. You must fist in under 4 minutes. I'm laughing at my own joke. Fisting joke. Yeah, you also have to be wary of explosion. Oh no. Oh no. That's an unfortunate place for that room to be. Because we're gonna drive impact right into that room. Right at the back end. What I was saying was, this reminds me of a freaking joke that was said on Death Battle once when they were doing, Ryu versus... when they were doing Ryu versus, I think it was Scorpion, to be perfectly honest with you. But they did this joke where Boomstick tries to Google what Tatsumaki Senpukyaku means, and he translated it incorrectly. I think using Google Translate, and it resulted in "and diarrhea joke foot." So now all I can think of right now when I think of Tatsumaki Senpukyaku is "and diarrhea joke foot." Hey, Craft Chaos, what's up, bro? How you doing? Welcome, Raiders, welcome. We are currently in the process of fisting. We fist the ARJAKAN for certificates. And evidently, if we want to do better and at least get an A rank, we have to fist in under 4 minutes. So you came at a very good time. This did your last hunt for the foreseeable future. What's going on? Currently there's fisting going on. We'll get to fisting that Mr. Fister. Well, I fisted. I don't think it was under 4 minutes, but... Look at this satisfied customer here. The fist had much to say. Yeah. Boom. So, y'all came in at it. Yep, it took me 7 minutes to accomplish this fisting. Oh, hey, look, I did get another one. Hell yeah, that'll make things go by quicker. God dang it. I'm laughing at my own stupid fist. Oh. Yeah, this is the Street Fighter X Monster Hunter collab that they're doing. And evidently what needs to happen is God dang it. They if you wear the whole of the Akuma armor set thing that they released, then you gain access to this like martial arts fighting style. And you get access to the SATSUI no HADO, which I think is pretty dope. Didn't partake, hit 51 and finished the story mission and called it. You got way too many games to do, heck yeah. I understand. Played with a couple guys who used it. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it immensely. I just need to grind it out before the event ends. And I decided that stream was a good time to do that. You missed it though. I played some Gundam Battle Operation a few days ago, and yeah, it was a good time. I'm gonna be doing more of it. I thought about doing Mech Warrior today, but nah. What sucks though is that for Gundam Battle Ops, you need to finish Devil May Cry series, you need to finish 4 and then do 5. You've beaten 1 through 3. Okay, now you're speaking my language, because Devil May Cry was my favorite franchise when I was growing up. Oh, good lord. And for the longest time, and even still to an extent to this day, Dante is one of my favorite characters in gaming, just because he's edgy without needing to be like full-on edge. You know what I mean? Tex is not here, you could have given him a chub. Yeah. And then they released DMC, which I was like, well then. They made him just straight up edgy and not the fun kind. But yeah, no, Dante is, like, classic Dante is just one of my favorite characters of all time. Because he's just too cool for everything you do. Alright. Boom. Die 1,000 deaths. You did enjoy the games, you didn't follow the game. Oh, you did enjoy the anime, you didn't follow the games. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I love that Dante is... I love how Dante's just such a shitlord. Like, every fight that he's in, he always gotta do this... He always gotta do it in the most, like, rule of cool way possible, and that's just how I love it. When it comes to protagonists, because any protagonist who's like edgy but takes it too seriously, I'm like, hey, yeah, okay, buddy. The reason why I like Dante, I know in 4 I think it's Nero, and in 5 I don't remember. It's been a while since I played any Devil May Cry game. I should do more. I should go revisit. I'm thinking about playing Tainted Chalice on stream at some point. Because that looks dope, and I like Arthurian legends, so... In 5 it's Nero, Dante, and 5. Okay. Gotcha. Nero, yes, Nero in 5 too, but the guy who voiced Nero does Dante's voice in the anime. What? Alright. Fair enough. Alright. Fist. Auto carrot. I love autocorrect. Autocorrect is hilarious. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's see. Battle remains. Alright, we're hitting the ARJAKAN. I don't actually know how to pronounce its name, I also don't care. Johnny Young Bosch. There we go. There we go. Johnny Young Bosch is really cool. Oh, good lord, get out of the way. But, yeah. I really want to revisit Devil May Cry. I actually do know that. Because I also used to be really into Power Rangers. Hell yeah, bro. I kind of wish that, it's just the passage of time, my friend. People forget a lot of things. Case in point, I almost really... Megazord was his first crush. Oh god. Tell me about it. Aging does suck. But just to give you an idea of the Kimberly was everyone's first crush if you were into Power Rangers. Let's see, so, here's a funny thing. Here is a funny thing. The other day at work, just to talk about how, like, aging sucks, I, made a reference to... And I was asking all of my coworkers, are you a Titanic Part 1 or a Titanic Part 2 person? Now then, anyone who remembers DVDs will know what that reference is. So yeah, I was like, are you Part 1 or Part 2? Because most people do not remember that Titanic was such a long movie for DVDs that you had to split it, in between two discs. Where the entire first half... I wish I had the VHS version when I was growing up, but I only had the DVD version. But, yeah. Asked you what a CD is. Oh no. Good lord. Kill me, I'm too old for this world. That's how I feel, bro. I'm like, what is this? But no, like, at work, I asked everybody, are you a Titanic Part 1 or Part 2 person? Because, you know, Titanic is split into two parts, the action-packed second half and the cutesy romantic first half. And, the response I got from everyone was, what are you talking about? Oh, I wanted to die. Akuma, yeah, dude, I was like, you gotta be shitting me. None of you in here don't know what that means. I'm the only one in here who knows what this means. I literally had a moment of Grandpa needs to go back to the old folks' home. I was upset. Like, legit, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You had the Future Trunk Saga on VHS. Hell yeah. That's a flex. That's awesome, man. That's so cool. But yeah, no, I was like, good lord, kill me. Because... Oh no, my story gets worse, by the way. Because, and this, it's really funny that you bring up Dragon Ball, because after that I made a Yamcha reference. I made a I'm dead like Yamcha reference. Guess what else they didn't get? Except Daima, but when it drops, you'll have it. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. My story gets worse because... I made a I'm dead like Yamcha reference, and they didn't get that either. So I'm like... What is happening? Who's Yamcha? Yeah. No, I don't work at a preschool. I work at a coffee house. Unfortunately. I'm trying to get out of it, but... I literally looked at everyone like... Bro! None of you. None of you? None of you know this. Ain't y'all know yo internet history? And here you're trying to get back to work. I'm trying to leave my job. Hopefully for a better one in the future, but yeah, literally everybody was just like, "Oh, what do you mean by Titanic Part 1 and Part 2?" And then they hit me with the, "What do you mean? What do you mean there's a who's Yamcha?" And I'm just like, Grandpa just needs to go back to the old folks home. That's all it means. Damn kids, get off my lawn. On the side note, if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, do it. Get off stream, do it now. You'll thank you later. I actually love Dragon Ball Abridged. I love all the... Although... You know what's funny is that my actual favorite Abridged series, even though I really do love Dragon Ball Abridged, is, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is redonkulously funny to me. Especially the Bonds Beyond Time. The Bonds Beyond Time Abridged episode, that one was real good. Is that me? Is that me stronger than me? Oh, fucking kill me! Vegeta Abridged is goated. He is. I also really like Abridged Mr. Popo. He's really funny. That might be a hot take, but I love Abridged Mr. Popo. He's really funny. Let's see. Blam. Go Hadouken. Run in. Oh god. I thought I was safe. It turns out I'm not. Well, I know that you're about to turn left and don't want to be hit with it. I just want everyone to know I'm about to turn left and I don't want to hit you with my dick. Yeah. I think after stream I need to rewatch. Abridged. Oh, that's funny. Alright, boom. That's really funny. Jesus Christ. Every time your wife says, I think I'm cute, I channel Vegeta and be like, bitch, I'm adorable. Nice. What am I doing? There we go. You know, now back to the fisting. You know what I wish would happen, and I know they probably will not do this again, but I want there to be another Devil May Cry collab. Just because I really want to get Dante's coat. I miss the long red coat. That monster-killing long red coat. I also miss the fact that there was a hunting horn that looked like a giant electric guitar that you could get from the Kid Inn. There's so much that I miss. Temper wound destroyed. That's right, Sonny. I'm going to beat you more. Wait, why did it do that? Don't understand. Actually, you know what'd be really funny? They're never gonna do this, but you know what'd be really funny? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Monster Hunter collab. If there was a DMC event, you'd get tech on this easily. Based on what you just told me, I agree. Based on what yeah. Based on what you've told me about tech, I believe it. Stands to fight? Yeah. All the weapons have their own, like, unique stand ability. That'd be so cool. Anything... I just really want an excuse to have Golden Wind, because... my goodness, that stand is cool. Boom. I did not expect that to land, but I'm glad that it did. I wonder what Gunlance stand would be. Because now I'm imagining, like, every single weapon has one of the stands from the show. And that just puts a lot of happy in my soul. Alright, let's see. Tempered wound. Wait. Dang it! Have I seen the Netflix DMC anime yet? Actually, I have not. I have not, but it looks dope. I should. Is the thing I'm trying to get at here, is I absolutely should. But I have not. And actually, I haven't really dedicated time to watching anime in a very long time. I think the last thing that I watched was... No, actually, the last thing that I watched, I revisited an old favorite of mine, Outlaw Star. So, to me, when I was growing up, that was my favorite anime. Who's this peak? That would be an interesting skin for me, wouldn't it? Definitely worth it in your opinion. It doesn't follow the games at all, though, so... Keep in mind, people like to compare it too much. It's a totally original beginning. Okay. So here's something you're gonna know. Here's something that I'm gonna tell you about me as a fan of things. It's that whenever I play a game and I know that there's a show about something, I'm very capable of just separating out, like, the show from the games.
Akuma wins!
Because I like to keep them as their own, like, self-contained thing. Because I think that trying to compare a show to its game counterpart's a little pointless. So, if I watch the Devil May Cry anime, I'm probably going to take it on its own merits. It's not gonna bother me over much if it diverges too much from the games. Maybe that's just a me thing, though. Because... I don't know, there's just something that I always thought was kind of lame that people do that. A lot of people just feel like everything needs to be told the exact same way. Whether game anime, live action, etc. Like, that would be boring if it were all the exact same. That's what I'm saying. I personally prefer it when, I prefer it when the show does, when, like, the show adaptations do their own thing. And, oh Jesus, do I want to say this? Yeah, I do. Because I think it bears saying. It's why I think the one exception that I have to my own rule of the games in the show could be their own self-contained thing. It is... Oh god, I'm gonna get crucified for this. But I actually prefer the show version of The Last of Us as opposed to the games. I hated the games. And by and large, I think the show is better. Mostly because I already didn't really like The Last of Us as a game. Nor did I really, like, latch onto any of the characters, really. And I think it's just because I don't like the gameplay loop. And I also don't like the fact that half the game is set pieces. I remember once I finished The Last of Us 1 and 2, because one of my buds in real life really, really loves The Last of Us. And was like, no, you just didn't give it a chance. So I played it, and I beat it. I even 100%ed it. Still didn't like it. Just to be like, yeah, now I have the ample knowledge to tell my friend why I do not like this game. And I'm not gonna get into it here because otherwise that would take like 3 hours for me to articulate just how much I dislike The Last of Us games. You haven't seen the shows, but you did enjoy the games for the most part. Not all of them, but most of them were decent. I think there's only... Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get into why I dislike the games, because that would take way too long. But I will say this, the show of The Last of Us I really enjoyed. And I think the big reason why I enjoyed the show more than I enjoyed the games is because I didn't have to put up with the gameplay loop being stupid. Because to me, the gameplay loop is really what made me dislike it. And some of the characters, but... To be honest, I didn't like the games, and I didn't like The Last of Us enough to really care about any of the characters. With maybe the exception of Ellie. Ellie was dope. And that's all I'll say about that. I just think that she's really well written. Even if I think largely the rest of the story is dumb. Actually, no, I liked Joel more than I liked Ellie. Here's the thing. I honestly saw it coming. To be perfectly honest with you, I saw it coming, and even though I like Joel as a character, I was like, yeah, someone from his past is probably going to kill him and turn it into this big emotional moment. So when it happened, I was like, yeah, that's about what I expect. I was upset about it, to a degree. But that would have also required me to actually like the story to begin with. which, when told in the medium of the TV show, I was like, yeah, that really sucks. That's sad. I hate that this has happened. But when I had to play through it in the game, I was like, really? This abruptly and this soon? You couldn't even, like, save it to the end of the game? There's a lot of reasons why I don't like the last... Like I said, I'm not going to get into it here, because otherwise we'll be here all night, but... Just know that, like, the show made it so that I actually cared enough about the story to follow it to a degree. The games... They're by no means the worst video games I've ever played, but they're definitely not one of my faves. I will say, though, that when Joel died, I was upset. To a degree. Most of it was tempered by the fact that I was kind of expecting it. Because you don't write a character like Joel and you don't have him have enemies, you know what I mean? It's kind of like John Marston in that way with Red Dead. Where you knew someone was going to kill him. You knew someone was coming for him. Honestly, it's how you feel about playing DMC. You'd much rather watch the anime than hack and slash anything, get stuck in areas and have no idea where you're going. Fair enough. I think for me, okay, I'll touch on one thing that I don't like about The Last of Us, and it's the fact that half of the game is set pieces, with no way to actually interact with or break them. And I'll give you a very good example of that. It's in the first game, it's the sniper section, where you have to advance up like this cul-de-sac like neighborhood while not getting shot by the sniper. But you can get yourself into like a house that's adjacent to the building, and I'm like, cool, I can throw a grenade in here and not go in there where he's probably gonna ambush me and I'll lose in the cutscene. I'm going to throw a grenade in there instead and avoid that whole thing. Guess what? You can't do that. The game just simply will not let you do that. Which I think is frustrating. And there's a whole bunch of other set-piece moments where I'm just like, yeah, this is fine, but me outthinking the set-piece broke it, and now I can't unsee the stupid. Like, another one was with this, like, armored car section, where I was able to get behind the armored car and the gun couldn't shoot me. And I'm like, okay, well, I broke the set piece. Surely I could be rewarded for not having to do this stupid thing. But unfortunately, the game doesn't work that way, and if you go off script, the game doesn't know how to do, the game doesn't want you to do, and I'm not a big fan of... I'm not really a fan of that. Yeah, games can be linear, and in the age where games give so much freedom, not having that can feel frustrating. It's not even actually that I'm against the loss of freedom in a game, and so that we play something more linear. It's just that when it feels contrived. You know? Because The Last of Us as a game already promotes that you scour the map, you hunt for materials, you try and find a way around infected, you try and do... Like, it rewards smart play. So when there are moments in the game where that do not reward smart play, I'm like, really? I also don't like it when games do the I'm kicking your ass in the boss fight, but then I lose in the cutscene. Anytime that happens, I get annoyed with a game, and it's a bugbear for me that's significant enough to be a deal breaker of I'm not finishing the game now. Like, if it's egregious enough, I'll just straight up quit. I'm like, yeah, this sucks, I'm done. Especially if the game gives me the tools to skill my way through the game. Which is another reason why I don't really think when you have to win to lose, yeah. But yeah, no, I don't really like the I lose in the cutscene things. Because, like, especially when the game gives you all the means to skill your way through the encounter, then I'm like, really? But I worked my butt off to destroy your dumb Mary Sue BS. And now you're telling me that I lose in the cutscene. Okay. No thank you. And unfortunately, The Last of Us has some of those. And since I wasn't already a big fan of the game, I was just even more incentivized to be like, you know, I'm done. Yeah. That's how it be for me. And I also fully cop to the fact that it's a taste thing, so if there's someone out there that likes that, I'm not gonna judge, but me personally, it doesn't work. Especially if I'm encouraged to play smart for most of the game. It'd be like,
Wins.
here's a good example of this, even though this is from a game I actually like. It'd be like playing Demon's Souls. God dang it. It's like playing Demon's Souls, but the problem is you die to the Dragon God, no matter what. You could have skilled your way. Excuse me. You could have absolutely skilled your way through most of the game, or through the entire intro. But no matter what happens, you have to lose. You have to lose. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm playing fresh off of... I'm playing mostly after having rested, having come home from work. Pulled a long day. And I gotta do it again tomorrow, but I don't care. What I do care about, though, is, I'm hoping I articulated my point well. Alright. Time for punching. I'm a little sad that I didn't get my, what you call it? I'm a little sad that I didn't get the, yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm off track entirely of what I was gonna say. I was trying to focus in there for a moment so I wouldn't get too beat up. And then I ended up yawning, which completely screwed me over. Well, at least I know that the shock trap is effective. Now I just need to go in there and just hit this thing in the face. But, yeah. Oh no, that's what I was going to talk about. Is that I'm kind of sad that I didn't get myself any dinner for doing this. Right now I'm a little hungry, but it's alright. I'll probably get something after I'm done. Which, looking at the clock, might have to be soon. But I'm having a bit too much fun punching the ARJAKAN. Because, you know, ARJAKAN fall over for me while I hit him in the face. I feel like I need to be playing Punch-Out music while I'm doing this. Yeah, I am thinking of, like, playing Tainted Chalice on stream, in addition to all my usual stuff. Because Tainted Chalice looks like something completely up my alley. I've been told Expedition 30 is really good too, but that seems like something I'd want to play on my own first, so I know what I'm doing. Oh, wow, that was a big yawn. Let's see if the ARJAKAN is smart enough to know what I'm doing. Hello, cat. How you doing? Welcome. You join us in Monster Hunter, where I try to martial arts my way through an ARJAKAN fight. And mostly lose, but that's only because I'm getting cocky and I'm like making weird, dumb mistakes. Do some punching. Show them whose bosses you watch in the shadows. I will. Don't you worry. Oh, hello. You will not do this. My fists say no. But yeah, cat. I've mostly just been grinding the Street Fighter event because I want to be able to use the SATSUI no HADO in regular gameplay. That means I need to grind out at least. Alright, you're gonna head out. Ready to just veg out. Fair enough. It's good to see you, Craft. Thank you for joining. It's always good to have you all here. Appreciate the raid, my friend. And, I don't really know how to do shoutouts properly, but anyone who's still here who is not called him, please go look at Craft. Please go look at Craft's Chaos. He's awesome. Get a bot to do it and make it a command. I'll have to look into that. I'm still learning how to do the streamer thing. I'm still in my learning phase. Yeah. Auto setup, as soon as you raid it shouts out. Hell yeah. That is a thing I'm gonna have to learn. Do some learning. All about convenience. Yeah, I'm still learning how to do the stream. I had to figure out the other day how to do a sound alert for someone who gifts subs. Because I guess it didn't play correctly when I set it up the first time, and then I had to reset it up again. So I'm like, yeah. I'm a doofus at times, but if you're ever on when you're around, stop in. You have any questions, you'll bring them up on the desktop and show. Alright, will do. Appreciate it, crafts. Appreciate it, brother man. I also need to... Oh, you know what? I'm an ass. I forgot. I'm an ass. I wanted to give you a... you have a few years under your belt, so... Not much you haven't used or seen. Fair enough, fair enough. I started last year in February, so... It was mostly just all trial and error that got me to where I am now. Because the first streams I did, I actually did on YouTube, which did not get any views. Forgot when you started, 2018 or 19. Oh my god. Oh my god. You got your veteran stripes, my man. You got your content creator veteran stripes. Stripes I hope to earn myself one day. When people actually think I'm, we were on Mixer before it shut down, but tried Facebook, YouTube, Caffeine Kick, Twitch. Yeah. So the first streams I ever did were like this weird... Oh man, and I left it up because, you know, for posterity or prosperity. Probably both. Because the quality of my earlier streams is booty cheeks. No one showed up to them. My very first one, the audio was scuffed, and so was the video quality. And I was like, oh god, what have I done? And then it turned into this, like, weird Hangout info series thing that I was doing, where I was trying to offer tactical advice in Elden Ring. Quite a few changes in looks and setup and equipment over time. I get the feeling that will be me eventually. Where I just reiterate myself a few times, figure out what works and what don't. You know? Excuse me. I have to stretch. Oh god, I felt my back.
Akuma wins!
My goodness, my back. That's what happens when you get old, children. Yeah. God. I think you're at a good spot where you're at. Can't see replacing anything at this point until something breaks. Yeah. At the moment, I'm working off of a laptop. Like, I stream off of a, Could you get to your walker? You need to go to the kitchen for some beans and gravy. Yeah. Hey, you could borrow my walker for a second. But yeah, I do all of my streaming off of a laptop, funny enough. It is an Asus TUF. And let me just say, that thing actually does put in the work for me. Yeah, it puts in the work for me, and I'm very proud of it, but I also feel like I should have a proper tower computer, because I kind of miss moving this thing around. And recently I upgraded the RAM on it, so that was fun. We're in a really decent... I feel like I'm in a really good spot with my technology for the time being, but I do want to upgrade. Went from an old PC single monitor to a triple monitor, auto, HDMI, PC, Xbox, PS5, Switch, and mainly Elgato projects. Capture card, my camera, green screen, and streamed... Oh my god. My man, you have the setup that I aspire to one day. Because right now I have a laptop, 2 monitors. I have like a weird mishmash of a bunch of different companies' tech that I bought based off of L-shaped desks are amazing. You know what's funny is that right now I'm using a standing desk at the moment. Right now I have a standing desk and I'm using this... This is gonna sound stupid, but I found this, instead of having like a proper light array, like a ring light or something, I have this dorky looking... I have this really dorky looking selfie light. This rectangular selfie light. If you didn't have an overloaded basement behind the green screen, you'd probably back up and stand more because you get sick of sitting all the time. Yeah. Sometimes I stand up for my streams because I like doing this, but sometimes I get a little bit, like, antsy if I sit for too long. So sometimes before I start the stream, I'll just elevate to my desk. Feels good, man. Feels good. It hurts my back. Yeah. Okay, he's doing a dive. But yeah, yeah, it messes with my knees and back too sometimes, but that's why I gotta stand more. There we go. Let's see what we got here. I did that without aiming. But to be fair, I did see where it is. Even have an ergonomic office chair. You know what's funny is that I have a mesh ergonomic office chair right now, and it's one of the most comfy chairs I've ever owned. But yeah, it doesn't really do much to help me with my back either. Lumbar pillow and all. Oh god. I need to get a lumbar pillow. Comfy but sitting for hours and you're dead. Fair enough. Oh, here we go. Here we go. But yeah. I'm still learning how to do the streamer thing. I actually started doing it because I'm just having fun. And I wanted to make stuff that I would want to watch myself, if that makes any sense. Just cool stuff where I can hang out and just share what I know about a game that I like and chill. Kind of what I was all about. Try and be funny, but I'm not really that funny. I need to be funnier. I'm at least funny looking as a little fella. Ah, dang. Give me your tail. You must die. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now to do some more serious punching. Doing fine, good sir. It's all a journey and gaining of knowledge. Indeed. One day, I hope to actually be good at it. What's funny is that normally I have an overlay, but I turned it off for the last few streams because I feel like it kind of gets in the way of my UI when I'm trying to play. So, yeah. which is a shame too, because I like it. It gives off the vibe I want, but it also just genuinely feels like it gets in the way sometimes, and I'm like, get out of here. You honestly haven't used an overlay in a good long while. Fair enough. I think what it is too is that I spent money on it, so I feel like I needed to get some value out of it. But honestly, I kind of like this more like raw style where it just is what it is. So I might revert to that. I don't know. Oh dang. Yeah. Yeah. You know what's sad is that this is a little bit of behind the scenes too. I did have a model before this that I bought from an artist on Fiverr, and then I lost the project files. I lost the project files to that old model, so I had to get a new one. But I couldn't find the original artist to ask him to give him back, or to give me another set. And I didn't really want to bother anyone, so I just straight up bought a new model. So I was like, you know what? This is my fault. I'm just gonna eat the L. Cost like $800. Oh god. Here we go. I need to drink some water. I have a tendency to yap and not actually hydrate myself. It's a bad habit. Oh, God. I think after this hunt I might have to call it because it's getting a little late and I have to be up early for work tomorrow. Only issue with Fiverr is that a lot of reskins of a template. You like 100% original, something no one else has. Yeah. That might be the direction that I go, because I even get the impression that my current guy right now is kind of template derivative. One day. Because what's funny is that I actually had an idea of, like, the more people who follow me, the more I upgrade my model. Because right now I'm just white. But if I get 100, I'm going to upgrade him so that he's megabyte. And get, like, something that looks more Mega Man inspired, because I like Mega Man too. Not just Gundam. And not just, like, Super Robot Max. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Mega Man 4, 6, and the X series will always go down in my brain as some of the best Mega Man to have ever Mega Man. Maybe that's a weird thing to say, but is how I feel. I also really liked the Powered Up game, where they revamped all of the artwork and made it like cutesy and chibi. I feel like that worked for Mega Man. There's also a secret Levin episode about Mega Man, which I thought was cool. But it disappointed me because I wanted to see more Mega Man in that way, in the style that they made, but then it ended right before it got to the good bit.
KO.
No, it's okay. Excuse me. I gotta remember to drink water.
Akuma wins!
Alright. Tell you what, though. We put in some good work. Yeah. I got water over here. I have like a big mug of water that I can drink out of. Now, you don't see it because it happens so quick, but it do. What the fuck is a water? Apparently it's what humans do to hydrate themselves. You know? How many am I left with for the event? 14. Alright, so I just need another 16. That sounds awful. Just drink a Mountain Dew. It's liquid. You know what's funny is that I have some ginger ale near me, and I like drinking that too. But yeah. Just wanted to have myself a little bit of a fun one. I am gonna have to sign off because I gotta get up a little bit earlier for work tomorrow, and I like to get a little bit of rest, so I'm a Mountain Dew-aholic. Oh god. Oh god. Lord almighty. Let's see. Why is it doing that? I want to follow. I'll do it on Twitch proper. My OBS is dumb. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. This was really fun. I'm glad to do the thing once again. And yeah, it's only an hour 55, but it's an hour 55 of a good time. Especially since I got some cool people to hang out with. But yeah, if y'all like what I do, I also got a YouTube where I just raw upload all my VODs too. I should do some editing. I need to learn how to edit. Oh god, I need to learn how to edit. I also have a Twitter /X, whatever it's called this week. Twix. I don't know. But yeah. My name, CapCut. Alright. Fair enough. But yeah. This has been Byte with the Byte the Robot Show. Thank you all so much for showing up and doing the thing. Thanks for Crafts for being awesome. Awesome editor, but use it on PC. Mobile sucks. Fair enough. But yeah. Gonna catch y'all in the next one. Probably tomorrow. And or today. Depending on whether or not it's midnight. But yeah. Gonna catch y'all later. Peace out, everybody. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.